So you're about to be the next big nurse influencer this year, and I'm about to tell you how. Now we all know in order to be an influencer, you have to have a following. And you might be sitting there thinking like everybody grows. I've tried to grow on social media. Yeah, but you haven't used my tactics to grow on social media. So don't even worry. I'm here to help, okay? If you are new here, what's up? My name is Latacia Ann, aka the legendary nurse, aka the nurse's people, the nurse's champ. And what I do is help nurses get to the bag, whether that be social media or digital products or just other things, okay? So you are in reports. Go ahead, get out a piece of paper, get out a pen. Just like before you take over that cart and take over them patients and you need to know what's going on with them people before you care for them, we gonna do the same thing. Why would you wanna be a nurse influencer and you don't even know how to do it? How you gonna be a nurse influencer without knowing how? So don't worry, girl. You are now in report, okay? So y'all remember in nursing school, that one professor that told stories, always stories, okay? We knew who the mama boyfriend was when the parents got divorced, who the kids is dealing with. We knew from when they thought about being a nurse to they went to graduate school to when they got this job. But we knew everything about that professor. But it was for a reason, okay? They always landed their point. And when they landed the point, you could always think back to when you were taking your test. To this day, I remember that if you give massages that you can move a blood clot, and it could cause somebody to have a PE. I remember that because my professor told me that with a story about her granddaughter giving her a massage. She told this story in nursing school. So what I'm saying is, it's not that your content sucks, it's that you didn't talk about nothing, okay? Imagine sitting there in report and somebody is just, yeah, good, everything okay, all right, great, which some nurses do. Some nurses do. But they just like, yeah, good, everything okay, everything fine. Imagine how frustrated you'd be. You would know nothing about these people. Nothing about these people, so how are you supposed to care for these people? And you have to think about that with your audience. The audience knows nothing about you, so why should they care about you? You suck at storytelling. You're not telling a story. Y'all see how I just said all of that to get to the point? I told you a story, so this is going to stick with you versus me I just came in on camera like, yeah, you gotta storytell better. No, you have to learn how to land your points with storytelling because it sticks to people more when you tell a story and they have something to remember versus you just telling them points about things they already know, right? So what I'm saying is if you want to be a nurse influencer, obviously we know that your content has to be good, right? So I kind of just skipped past that part because obviously in order to be an influencer, you have to have followers. In order to get followers, you have to have a lot of good content, right? So we're getting right to how to have good content. Now, what is that word that we're not supposed to say? The Q word. Y'all said it, right? You know that moment when you know it's too quiet. And I ain't at work, so I can say it. Y'all at work. Y'all take a report. But you know when it's too quiet and you're like, somebody about to fall. Oh, yeah, we about to get an admission. Oh, yeah, no, it's too quiet around here. Y'all know that feeling where everything is tense, right? So you know something is about to happen. So you looking, you like, what's about to happen? Let me just go ahead and get everything together because I know something is about to happen. Your attention is there, right? Right there. That is a key component when it comes to storytelling. You have to keep the visitor glued. Now, you can do this multiple ways, but two key ways that you can do it, you can either do it with clips or you can do it with what's going on in your day. We know that we live a crazy life as a nurse. We go through a lot of things as a nurse, and I want to be clear about this next thing that I'm going to say. If you do plan on doing day in the lives and telling your stories throughout the day, make sure you are not violating HIPAA, okay? So nursing has already taught us how to tell stories. When you're sitting here and you're giving report and we're sitting here, we're telling stories, we just call it report. How do you get better at storytelling so your content is better? The first thing you have to look at is what am I trying to relate? What story am I trying to tell, right? So let's say you're encouraging nurses to go back in school. You guys, and let's say you're using your voice to tell this story. It could be as simple as, I woke up today and baby, I was so tired. But this degree ain't about to get itself. Okay, y'all. So we have this many tests on top of working a 12-hour shift a night. It is about to be crazy, but I am up for it. Now, a key thing that you also can do is ask the question, how many of y'all are in school right now, and do you think we're crazy to be going back to school? What is it with us to already have degrees, but we want more degrees? Okay, so I just made the audience engaged by asking them a question, but also on top of making the audience engaged by asking them a question, you could talk about something that's going on right now. Now I'm about to move to something new. This is me narrating, and then, not for nothing, y'all, but I don't know why I'm going back to school anyway, because they said nursing ain't a profession. Do you see how I just incorporated something that is a popular subject going around to well, whenever you're watching this video, this was a popular subject in fall of 2025. They said that nursing, graduate nursing, it's a long story, but most of y'all know what I'm talking about. They're taking away federal funding, or a certain amount of federal funding, for master degrees in nursing. So that right there is going to trigger an emotion, because it was something very, it was a popular conversation that was going on, right? So not only are you storytelling, but you're triggering emotions, okay? So when it comes to storytelling, essentially I am saying storytelling is all about triggering emotions. Can this person relate to you by going to school? Can this person laugh with you by understanding the situation? Like, so there's different ways, or you can storytell without necessarily talking about your day. So you could be like, what's up, TikTok girl, today? What's up, TikTok? Now listen, I'm about to go to school and get this master's degree that don't even count as a master's degree. Here we go. And then you can go on and talk about it. How do you guys, this is me narrating it again. How do you guys, mind you, the clips are showing you making food, getting ready, doing about your day, but you're narrating this and you're talking about a topic that is important. You're storytelling. So how do you guys feel about what's going on with nursing degrees not being professional? See, me on one hand, at first, I was very upset about it, because I'm like, now all of a sudden, all African American, more black people are getting a degree. All of a sudden, it's not a profession, because y'all know they love to move the bar for us, child. Okay, y'all. Y'all see I'm talking. I can go on and on and on and on. But essentially, what I am saying is, you see how a person could be watching you doing something, but you're telling a story or something else, and you're having a dialogue with them about this conversation. So now y'all going back and forth. In report, if somebody sat there and told you, yeah, the patient had a fall today, but he died, yeah, so and so, you would be like, okay, when was the fall? Did he hit his head? Was the doctor contacted? Was the family contacted? Where's the fall report sheet? Are we still doing it? Was it already charted on? You would have so many follow-up questions, right? Now, I'm about to tell you a key thing that I always say when it's storytelling. Narrate what is not the obvious. Obviously, the person failed. Why are you telling me that? What else is between there? I don't need you, if you're brushing your teeth and you're washing your face, I don't need you to be like, yeah, so right now I'm brushing my teeth. So then I'm washing my face. Duh. Obviously. Okay, I see that. I don't need you to tell me what I'm already seeing. And like I said, you guys, if you simply are like, I don't know what to say, then you can turn around and you can storytell with the clips and showing what you're doing throughout the day, okay? So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, okay? I hope you wrote down this on your report sheet, and I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye.